to our final stage and task 4 of Ditto's Bakery, the task calculation crisis. We have already calculated and created models for our property value and the amount of tax we would have to pay on that. We've created a model for the value of our equipment and the amount of tax we would have to pay on that. And now we're ready to create the model that will give us the total amount of taxes that we owe. So, the model we've been trying to develop gives the total taxes owed for both the property and the equipment as a function of the number of years since we opened the bakery. We're going to use our results from tasks 2 and 3 to create our model, but before you do, I want you to ensure that those models were accurate. So, if you remember, we, in the reflections, identified certain things that you thought would make your model better. And what I want you to do now is to get with your group and discuss what you put in those reflections. How could you make the models better? And I want you to go back to those models and as a group try to make the model as accurate as you can. If you need to redevelop your model, maybe go back and get a new source, but please don't erase that original work. Keep that, because now when you see this redeveloped model, you can see the growth that you have made as a learner in this process. Okay? So once you've done that, add the redeveloped models to what you already have recorded in your project and use those redeveloped models to develop this final model to calculate the total taxes you owe each year. And remember, the beauty of this is going to be that we will not only be able to use this year, but because we now have a model, we can simply plug in different values from year to year. For example, since our bakery is 5 years old, we would want to calculate our total taxes owed, letting our independent variable equal 5. But we could use this again next year and let it equal 6, and 7, and 8, and so on as the years progress. Now, eventually we would want to recalculate things, do some research, make sure that our model is still accurate. But the beauty of creating a model like this is that we don't have to do all the work that we've had to do this year, next year, and the year after that. Alright, so there's your final task. Go ahead and create your model.